Maayong aga, good morning. Magandang umaga, Philippines. Dito na 5 p.m. na dito. So good afternoon, USA. Wala. Hapon ngayon, yung anak ko nagutom daw siya. Gusto daw niya ng snacks. So magpipil ako ng apple. So it's Fuji apple. That's what he likes to eat. He likes Fuji apple because the texture and it is sweet to him. So I'm gonna peel it for him. Gusto niya ng snacks. He likes this as his snack. So actually after this, I'm gonna get ready to make our dinner. So this afternoon, we're gonna make Korean barbecue. So when I peel his apples, I just peel it like this. And then, as you see, I'm peeling my son's apples. My son is into texture. He doesn't like apples, the skin of the apple. So I have to peel it like this. He likes that, and then he also likes to dip it in salt. So I have to put some salt on the side of his plate later so he can dip it and then he can eat it. So I think he likes the flavor, which is sweet and salty. We're also watching news right now. There's a lot of news going on, and somebody stole an airplane, so we're watching that also. But I'm happy that nobody got hurt, so that's good. We don't want anybody get hurt because it's really sad if that will happen. So thank you. All right. I'm going to make Korean barbecue for this for our dinner tonight, and using the Korean style beef flanken ribs I got from the store, from the commissary, and that's it. It's Korean cut, and it's USDA choice. So I'm going to make my marinade first. And for my marinade, I'm going to use Korean barbecue. I got this from the Korean store, Greenland Market. And I'm not just gonna use this by itself. I'm going to mix this with American barbecue, which is, that's what I use, Kraft hickory smoke barbecue. The reason why is that if I will use this alone, it's gonna be super sweet, and my husband don't like it super sweet. As I've said, that if I'm going to use Korean barbecue alone, it's gonna be super sweet in our taste, and my husband don't like it. I don't like it either if it's super sweet. So what I do is I mix it with the American barbecue sauce. And that's what I do. I mix it together, and then I put some garlic salt, and I also put pepper on it, and I'll just mix it, and I'll show it later how I mix these ingredients to make my marinade. And I'm going to marinate the beef, and I'm going to marinate it for like 3 to 4 hours, and then I'm going to cook it later on the skillet. And also with that, as a side dish, I'm going to make mashed potatoes with jalapeno pepper, so because we like it spicy. And then I'm gonna put Parmesan cheese. So it's gonna, as I've said, that if I'm going to use Korean barbecue alone, it's gonna be super sweet in our taste, and my husband don't like it. I don't like it either if it's super sweet. So what I do is I mix it with the American barbecue sauce, and that's what I do. I mix it together, and then I put some garlic salt, and I also put pepper on it, and I'll just mix it, and I'll show it later how I mix these ingredients to make my marinade. And I'm going to marinate the beef, and I'm going to marinate it for like 3 to 4 hours, and then I'm going to cook it later on the skillet. And also with that, as a side dish, I'm going to make mashed potatoes with jalapeno pepper, so because we like it spicy. And then I'm gonna put Parmesan cheese, so it's gonna Going to make our mashed potatoes with Parmesan cheese. So it's gonna be a spicy, cheesy mashed potatoes that I will make, which is our side dish for the Korean barbecue. So that's gonna be our dinner for tonight. And of course, I will still be cooking rice because I'm Asian, I'm Filipina, so I'll still cook my rice so I can eat barbecue with rice and a little bit of mashed potatoes, so I can taste the potatoes that I cook for also for my husband, for my son, and for myself. All right then, so I'm going to start cutting, and I'm going to take a video of cutting veggies, cutting jalapenos, and I won't use fresh garlic anymore since I'll be using this garlic salt. All right, I'll make my marinade right now. As I've said before, when I cook, I don't really measure. I just taste it, and if it is okay for my taste, then that's it. And so since I don't measure, I'm going to pour Korean barbecue on my bowl right here. So I'll just pour a little bit, not too much, because I don't want to throw away barbecue marinade that I'm not gonna be using. And then I'm gonna pour some of the hickory smoked American barbecue sauce in it also. That's it. There you go. And then I'm gonna mix this together, and then I'm going to put garlic salt, and I also don't measure, so I'll just put a little bit first, just a little bit, maybe 6 sprinkling. What? My son is okay. Yeah, my son is showing me something, a dance move that he learned from online. But anyway, I already sprinkled garlic salt, and I only did like 6 sprinkling for now, and after that I'll taste it later if it is okay, if it's not too salty, and if there is seasoned well. So right now I'm gonna put garlic, no, paprika pepper. We call this paprika in our language, in Filipino, but it's pepper. So I like peppery, I like spices. So I know some people, they only put a little bit. Mine, I kind of double that amount of pepper because my husband and we both like food that is really seasoned well. So I mix it really, really good. And then let me taste it. I already tasted it, and yes, it's salty, but not too salty. The reason why you want it salty, because it will coat your meat. So when it's cooked, your meat is just, all right. It's not super salty. Right now, when you taste it, it really tastes salty, but not super salty. So when this will, again, as I've said, if this will coat my meat, then my meat will be okay. It's not gonna be under seasoned, it's just all right, which is perfect for our taste. So that's it. I can't put it back anymore, so I'm gonna put it there so I can wash it later. So my marinade is done. I'm just gonna soak or coat my meat with this marinade. Okay, I'll put it aside because it's done, and then I'm gonna do the meat. I'm gonna cut tiny slices for my son, of course. All right, I'm gonna do our meat now, the Korean style pack of beef flanken ribs. So I really like this. You don't have to cut your ribs, and it's beef. It's beef flanken ribs. It's not pork, it's beef. So this is how it is. This is how they cut it, and it's very, very thin. So when I'm going to put it on my skillet later, it has to be fast. I have to flip it fast. So for my son, I just cut it in 3, since he doesn't like huge slices, huge cuts. So for him, it's cut like that. It's easy for him to chew. Well, the big ones, I give it to me or to my husband. So that's it. Okay, so my marinade is ready. And my beef is cut into small pieces like this for my son, and the big ones is for me and my husband. So I'm going to put it in the marinade, but this is how I do it to make sure that it's evenly coated. So you flip to the other side and see that it's evenly coated, and I moved it to a different bowl. It's like I stuck it one by one so that the flavor will really stick in it. So some people do this overnight, but for me, if I'm really rushing, I can just cook it in like 30 minutes. I'll just soak it in for 30 minutes and then I'll put it in the skillet right away. But of course, the good thing is some people do it like overnight marinade, and then the flavor is really, really good. I also have a friend, an auntie, who she said that when she marinade to make the meat very tender, she also add kiwi on it, so it can give like a sour taste. That's why I put American barbecue sauce, because the American barbecue sauce, it's kind of there's like a sour taste in it, and it makes the Korean barbecue sauce the taste, the mixture of flavor is really good. Like American, Korean, sour, sweet. I like that. I like that texture. So after I do this, I'll just soak it in, and then when I'm ready later, then I will do it in the skillet. I always cook on the skillet for now because it's summertime. It gets very, very hot here in Las Vegas, and your house gets hot too if you'll be using your oven. And that's what I said earlier. It gets very hot here in Las Vegas, over 100 when it's summertime. So I avoid using the oven for summertime. But when it's cold, winter time, will start and it's not that hot anymore, then I will use the oven for grilling and for broiling and baking and everything. But for now, most of my cooking is gonna be on the oven top. On the stove, so it won't get super hot here in my house. So this is our life here in Las Vegas. Summertime is just, how is it, that 2 to 3 months or 3 months? Summer is like 3 months. So after that, the weather is good, then you can go out and you can have fun. For now, it's better to stay indoor. So we stay indoor most of the time. Okay, sorry, I was watching news. There's a shootout at Blue Diamond over there. We went there the other day, and then we ate over there. That's where the hot dog place is, and that's where the ice craze is. So, but anyway, I'm now cutting and peeling my potatoes because I'm going to boil it, but I don't want it like over boiled or cooked really. I like the texture. I like it when you bite, you can really taste or bite the potatoes. So that's how I'm gonna do it later. I won't boil it for so long. I'll boil it like maybe, I'll say 20 minutes boiling. Like when I poke it with the knife, then it's just gonna cut just like. For me and my husband, I just use 5 small potatoes, because it's just me and him who's gonna eat this mashed potatoes. But if you have like more members of your family, if you have 5 or 6 members in your family, I think you have to double it. But this is just for 2 people. So if it's 4 people, then you have to double the amount of your potatoes, the number of your potatoes. So that's it. And what I'm gonna do, so it will boil fast, I cut it into pieces. There you go. So I'm done with this. I'm gonna get my pot ready. I will put water in it and I will let it boil. And once it boils, I'm gonna put my potatoes so it will start cooking. And I will just put it in. Okay, so this time I'm going to cut the jalapenos because I'm going to put it in my mashed potatoes. So I'm gonna cut it and prep it. I have to cut it from the stem first. So I cut the stem like that, and then I'm going to, let me show you. I'm going to cut it lengthwise, and then there's the seeds inside. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take out this seed because I want, the reason why I put jalapenos is so our mashed potatoes will be spicy, but I'm gonna regulate, I'm gonna put just a little bit of seeds so it's not gonna be too spicy but not too spicy. There you go. So there's some seeds there and there's some seeds there left. That's what's gonna go with my stuff. I have to wash my hands. You cannot cut the jalapeno. So I washed my hands because I don't want the jalapeno to touch my hands, because if it touches your hands, first hand, then it's gonna burn. So you have to have plastic in your hand or gloves, and then you can hold it. As I've said, you cannot directly touch the jalapeno because it gets super duper hot. So that's it. I just cut it lengthwise, and then you can cut it in small sizes, like this size, right there. There you go. So cut it in square. And leave the seeds in there too. Alright, so I'm done cutting and I'm gonna put it on the side. There you go. I think my water is already boiling. I'm going to put the potatoes. The water is boiling now. I'm going to add my potatoes, and I'll put it one by one. Make sure you don't get burned. So you just drop it like that. I don't want to put the whole thing in there, so I can have space for each of the potatoes. So that's it. The potatoes are all in there. There you go. And I'm going to cover it. I said earlier, sorry, this is not, where's the lid? Oh, there you go. So there's the lid. I'm gonna cover it. I said earlier, like I think 20 minutes I said, but because I cut the potatoes in small pieces, so I'm thinking maybe in 10 minutes it will be done, and I'll show you. I'm gonna poke it with a knife, and once it cuts, it's ready. I don't want it super cooked or overcooked. All right, I put oil in the skillet, not too much oil, just a little bit of oil, because the meat. So here's my meat. I'm going to put this in the skillet. I can't pile it up. I'll put it one by one. So I'll start with this one first. There you go. Now it's sizzling. I'll put another one. There you go. Oops. And then this one. You can't, you have to watch this. You have to be here all the time. It requires 100% attention, because you don't want the meat to get burned. There you go. Now I think it's gonna be ready because it's already 10 minutes after, but it's not yet because it's still hard. I have to push it down so hard to think that it's already done, but it's not done yet. So I'm gonna put these potatoes back here, and in another 5 minutes I'm going to check it again, and then I can tell you how long it's gonna be. The actual time. All right. After 3 minutes, you have to turn your meat to make sure that the other side is also cooked. Just one more turn. Make sure you turn it after 3 minutes. There you go. It looks good in the other side now. Okay, another 5 minutes, and let's check our potatoes. Let me poke one, and it slides down, and this is all right. Let's cut it to see if it can go. There you go. That's it. Let's poke it another one, and there you go. That's perfect. Then I can smash this one. All right. There you go. So here's my potatoes. I take one at a time and I put it in there in the bowl and I just poke it. That's how I smashed my potatoes. There you go. Because it's already cooked. So I just poke it just like that. My family is into texture, so my mashed potatoes, it's not gonna be refined like how others looks like. So that's it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put or add the jalapeno peppers, and then I'm going to add the cheese. Okay, first let's add the peppers. I think I'm not going to put all of it. There you go. And then I'm going to put the Parmesan cheese. And so I put all the jalapeno peppers on my potato, on my mashed potato. 1 second, Boo Boo. And then I'm going to put the cheese in it. I'll add it just a little bit. As I've said, I don't measure, so I'll just put a little bit in there. There you go. And then I'm going to mix it up. In the bowl that I used earlier, I dumped the water and I put it back in here. And then I'm gonna put it in low, the fire in low. And I'm going to put the butter in there. And then the mixture that I have, I'm going to put it back in the bowl in this. The butter is melting. There you go. Make sure your fire is on low. And then the mixture that I had earlier, I already mixed it. And I'm going to put it on the butter. There you go. And I'll make sure that it's the butter is mixed with it. Mix it really good. All right, and I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of salt and pepper, and that's it. It's done.
It's William, and I'm showing you my best friend, Nanay.
He's showing me because I'm cooking for him.
Yeah, because I am.
You have to put it up high so your face can be seen.
Yeah.
You see, where's your face? Right there. You have to show it like that.
And I am taking a video of it's William, and I am showing my best friend, Nanay.
He always introduces me as his Nanay. Hey, do you like my cooking?
Yeah.
Do you like barbecue?
Yeah.
What are we gonna have tonight?
Eat dinner.
What's our dinner?
Barbecue.
Oh, little Billy likes barbecue. How about Korean barbecue? You like Korean barbecue? It's my cooking, and my cooking is the best. Is my cooking the best?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's made out.
Why you keep saying it's made out? What? Do you like my cooking?
Yeah.
Promise?
Yeah.
Why? Why? You like barbecue? Why? Do I cook your favorite food?
Yeah.
Tatay, why do you like my cooking?
It's healthy.
Oh, it's healthy. My cooking is fried stuff and it's healthy.
And delicious.
Tatay said it's delicious.
It's not delicious.
Our Tatay is a sweet talker, boo-boo. Tatay, are you a sweet talker?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, my son and my husband are sweet talking me. You do like my food?